It's been 3 years since the melodic blue. Baby Keem comes back with Casino. I want to, go ahead and give my reaction to it as well as just a small review afterwards. So, hope you guys enjoy it and let me know what you guys think about the album as a whole. So, we're going to jump into the first song, which is No Security. Kind of sounds like Santa on the background vocals. No auto tune on this one. My second favorite song off this album, I think that it's like he's talking to a room by himself or talking to a mirror, just really reflecting on his life and his family. And I think that it's going to play into a lot of what this album is, for him at least, and it might very well resonate with people. So that was No Security. It was a very personal track for him, getting into a lot about his family and what he's been through, continuing some of the themes from the melodic blue. I wonder if this album will be kind of a jump off to that, having like a mixture of songs like that and like the songs that got leaked on TikTok, of course. So let's go on to the next track, Casino. Nice little theme there with the whole casino. Could this be the song? Oh, this was the song that was leaked. In hindsight, my favorite song from the album, everything from his energy to the production by Cardo, was amazing. Even fit with the theme of the album, playing into a casino, and it was just really really good stuff. And that was track two, Casino. The one thing, like, there's a few things that I really like about that track. The one thing being the beat switch and just the subtleness of his voice switching. Back then in the melodic blue, it would be very, very apparent that he would switch voices, sometimes jarring. And I kind of like it that he made it more of a subtle thing with this song. Now let's go on to track three, Birds and the Bees. More of a playful beat on this one. So that was Birds and the Bees. I think off of first listen, that song didn't really hit for me. I was expecting a lot more from it, maybe like a switch up beat wise or something from Keem that just was a bit different for the song. So yeah, um, let's go on to the next track. So the next song is called Good Flirt. It's featuring Kendrick Lamar and Momo Boyd. Seems like a slower song again. I never knew a love like this. Kendrick with one of the nice references, this reference being to rapper Common in the song The Light, and remixing it in his own way to fit this song. It was really nice to hear. I think Keem got outshined by Kendrick, which I hope that that isn't a constant theme or at least thing on this album because of how little features he has on here. Um, I overall I thought the song was good. Again, Kendrick's part I'll definitely remember, and there was a part of me that was a bit confused whether Momo was on the hook, but no, Momo appeared later on in Kendrick's verse, which fair enough. And now we go on to the next song called House Money. This was the other week. At this point, I was trying to figure out whether I like the song or not. I am very much in the middle. I'm mixed on it, and I think it'll just take time. The song, this song might need a few more listens too. Not because it's anything deep. They're in their fun bag right now, just having fun, honestly. But I think it has the same effect as like Range Brothers from the Melodic Blue, where I couldn't listen to it for too long. It was just a guilty pleasure. So I think this one ends up being that guilty pleasure. I think a lot of people had their hopes high, especially because this one leaked on TikTok and other places. So, it'd be interesting to see what the rest of the reception is like for this specific song. And now we are on to the next song called I Am Not a Lyricist. If this ends up being deeper, it's going to be ironic. Everything from the lyrics, like the cadence of Keem's voice, to the person that pops up later in the song reminds me of Section 80, or even Sing About Me from Good Kid, Mad City. I think that this song is a standout in the album, along with the last track as well. So that was I Am Not a Lyricist. The thing for me on that one is before, or at least right after the Melodic Blue dropped, people were wondering if Keem would take inspiration from Kendrick, or maybe he would bite off Kendrick's style. That's some of the conversation that I saw in some of the music circles that I was in. And I think with this song, that conversation is going to come back. Now, for me personally, as to what it takes inspiration off of, which Section 80, obviously. Um, for me, I think this song is a nice homage to that, especially with the end. So now we move on to the next song, which is Sex Appeal featuring Too Short. Sounds like this could be played on the radio, or at the club at the most. So that was Sex Appeal featuring Too Short. A lot of people were talking about the Too Short feature. Why is he on here? Why can't we have more younger artists? And honestly, I think that song, for what it was okay. Definitely gonna hear the song in the club. Not sure about a casino though, so it's gonna be very interesting as far as that plays out. So now we're gonna move on to the next track, Higher 95, Part 2. The beginning. The thing that I really like about this song is that Keem is being very introspective. Uh just talking about what an influence he'll be, um, but also being quite very sad that he will not be seen in a positive light. And I think this is the climax of what his emotions were at the time. So that was part two of Higher 95. I really wanted him to get a bit more personal about his own life and his struggles. And on this song, he did. This one for me is definitely going to be on the replay. And we're on to the next song. So this is gonna be Circus Freestyle. What? I think as I like re-listen to the songs back again, I begin to appreciate them more. And also, is Kendrick on this song, or am I just like thinking that I'm hearing Kendrick because Keem is like kind of mimicking him? I don't know. Maybe correct me if I'm wrong. Answer down in the comments. What do you guys think? So that was Circus Freestyle. Uh, this song for me encapsulates everything about Baby Keem, where the voice switch ups, the instrumentals, the sudden change in flows. It's perfect to just for him as far as a song goes. And I think that this is one of those songs that I'll appreciate over time. So now we're on to the next song called Dramatic Girl, and that song is featuring Shay Irio. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Really trying to hit a different audience with this song. Now, I could be wrong about this particularly, but this song could be about many things, about many people in his life, but I feel like it ties back to his mom. Again, I'm doing like this just a few hours after the album release. And again, it just feels like it's about his mom. He wants his mom to notice him a lot, or it could be about a girl. But point is, I see this song being the song of the summer, if not a very popular song on TikTok. So that was Dramatic Girl. I can see that one being a huge hit in the summer if it keeps its momentum up from the release of the album. And I think a music video wouldn't hurt for that song. Something really, really cool and wholesome, honestly. I just think that he's trying to recreate what he had with 16 in this song, is what it feels like. And so far, I think it stands out on its own, and it will be hopefully appreciated by everyone else. So now we're on to the last song of the album called No Blame. At this point in the album, I truly had no idea what was to come. I did not know that I was about to hear one of his heaviest songs that he has in his catalog. Wow. And that was the song No Blame off of the album Casino, the last song, unless he decides to release like a deluxe version. So, what a heavy way to end the album, from moments of him just having fun and just enjoying his life to moments of him talking about his family, things that I wondered whether he would venture into, which he did. And I think honestly, those songs personally for me, where he talks about his family and you get to know the person as far as to who he is and how he is, those songs hit hardest. Um, Now, I think it will be a few days before I really give my thoughts on this album. I know people are gonna be very uh, nitpicky about this album. I think the one thing that I did kind of have a hard time adjusting to as far as this album went was just how, I guess, inconsistent it was. You would switch from songs where he's talking about his life to songs about where he's being braggadocious and talking about, the girls that he's with and stuff like that, which, in terms of a casino could be uh his addiction as to what he deals with, where people deal with gambling and he, his addiction is other things. I do think this album was solid, at least 7.5 for me. I'm interested to know what you guys think about this album, and how do you guys feel? Does it compare to Melodic Blue? Is it better than Melodic Blue? I think for me, as of right now, it's a bit below Melodic Blue, but for his sophomore effort, it's not bad. And I don't blame him for finding it very difficult as far as to follow that album up. But yeah, what do you guys think about this one? It's been nice. Hope you guys have a wonderful day and or night. See ya.